Hello there, and thank you for joining us in this game that we call Dungeons and Dragons. Today, our group, the Dice That Bind Us, with our fabulous nerds here, who you can find on Twitch.
Oh.
Some of us you can find on Twitch,
True.
Twitter, Instagram, thank you, Facebook, and of course, hopefully you're watching us on YouTube. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. However, I am Rob. I play Argus typically, but now I am Argus in Rhyme's body. And let's go ahead and pass it over to Illy.
Hi, I am playing Ileana in Gaelic Spotting. I'll pass it to Gaelic.
Yeah, we should have just done by the bodies, and then we would have been sure.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yes, hello. I am the Ian. I am in the body of the Tepartos the third.
Two Tepartos.
Two Tepartos the third.
There we
I'm
go.
in that body. Yep. And I got a new laptop. So now I'm no longer purple, which is great. And I'll pop it over to Ryan.
I am the brain of Rhyme in the body of Ileana, and I'm stressed about wizard spells. So I'll toss it over to Tumult Zach. Both of them.
I am currently inside of our very chaotic dynamite throwing self, Argus. And we'll see how I do that. Because apparently it's supposed to be very important for the Feywild. We'll figure out Argus's backstory, whether he wants to or not, I guess. And we'll pass it over to whoever's in my body. Useless, I guess.
I'm Alex. That's my name. Zach, we've known each other literally my whole life. I appreciate it if you didn't forget it.
You forgot your character name. No shot.
Usually I play everyone else, but in this lovely, fun hellscape we found ourselves in, I play Fenton. Fontaine? Even I forgot my name.
I almost called him Fenley.
It's because I have a Fenley at the same time. I play Fontaine, and I'm in Tumult's body. It's a good time. We're all vibing.
Naturally, in order to prove that we are all, in fact, not vibing, I am now the one playing everybody else. I am your humble game master for this session and likely a few more to come. And
17 sessions, baby. Let's go.
Don't have that in me. We're gonna wrap this up. No, we're gonna go through hopefully a fun little mini campaign together. It's gonna be a good time. But yeah, I'm your boy playing everybody else under the sun. Last we left our heroes here, we had made it to the Feywild, and obviously due to the introduction we just gave, found ourselves all swapped into different bodies, myself included. As you can see, I am now Alex. Our heroes found themselves stranded in the woods after eating mysterious cookies dropped by an even more mysterious lilac. After figuring out that they are indeed in different bodies, they managed to find a cookie that gave them a bit of a cryptic little riddle. Soon after finding said riddle, they saw two gargantuan titanic forces clashing in the middle of this forest, decimating it, immediately thought to go, hey, let's go over there. And were promptly told, do not go over there. In a rare instance of using their better judgment, they opted to go the other direction. And what?
It wasn't our better judgment. We weren't allowed.
I know. Found themselves on their way towards the east, where they were ambushed, or trapped and then ambushed by people wearing sort of tribal clothes, tribal masks. And one of them seems to have actually recognized Argus, or at least the body of Argus. And that, my friends, is where we are going to pick up here. A tall, slender woman, really beautiful, has taken off a really intricately, ornately carved, brightly painted wooden mask and looks over to you, Zach, and says, Argus? Is that you?
Mm. Pull the
It's-
hood down more.
It's a wise choice. No,
Yes, you can't run away from me.
Uh,
Why, you
You-
don't look like you've aged a day.
you should see
Well,
how I look now.
not me.
I'm sorry, have we met before?
Yes.
Yeah?
No, absolutely not.
Well, at least that version has.
Tumult,
I'm not. Yes,
just, it's not worth it.
that's
Let's-
Argus.
You? So, let me get this straight. One of you is Argus, yes?
That's me.
What the? You're blue. Penny over here is supposed to be blue, not you.
I'm a little embarrassed about it.
He's purple. Rhymes purple.
Oh, sorry, it must be through some terrible computer filter. Anyway, what's happened to you? And and she motions to the people around her to like lower their guard, lower their weapons. Why? I have so many questions for you. Hey,
It's
Pardon my-
embarrassing.
well, you know, there have been quite a few embarrassing things happening around here as well. I suppose I've got a lot to fill you in on. Here, we're close to home. Would you like to come back?
Are Mida's there?
Not right now, no.
Then it might not be a bad thing.
Okay. That's a bit of a problem, and I'd actually really like to talk to you about it. Please, you're all welcome. If you're a friend of Argus's, you're a friend of ours. Come on back, please. And she starts, she just kind of pushes her way through the center of you, just sort of parts the sea there, and starts strutting and gliding through the forest ahead of you towards a sort of a thicker chunk of trees.
Ma'am, we're missing someone.
Who?
This person in the body of that one, and points at Partgak.
Yes, hello.
Big
Big green guy.
Gentleman. He's
Big ol' wings.
gone. Kilt. Naked the rest of the way.
That's just terrible. Have you heard from him?
No, he walked into the. I fell in a hole. They wandered off and are not here,
Oh,
despite being nary 20 feet ahead of us.
give me a moment. She takes a little crystal out from inside her cloak, and just crushes it in her hands, and it sort of like shatters in this little blue puff of pixie dust, and all of a sudden, boop, plop back down onto the ground.
Hey, hey, what's up?
Sorry about that. Little bit of a temporal space magic.
Okay. No problem. Who are you?
I'm a friend of Argus's. My name's Athalia.
I'll reach my hammer and look at everybody else, kind of
Nope.
I wouldn't do that if I were
okay,
you.
okay, cool. Okay, cool,
We are friends. It's
oh.
all good.
cool, awesome.
Excellent. All right, well, let's go. I'm famished. And she just keeps strutting off through the woods.
It's just like there's just like a faint call as Fontaine, who also was flung off into a hole and can't get out, just hello, help!
Can't you fly?
No, it's not working.
Ileana, you have wings. That might be the easiest.
I'll fly down there and grab Fontaine, if possible.
Oh, thanks. Wow, look at you. Starts just like pinching muscles.
I know, right?
That shit's cool.
Right? I kind of want to keep this body, but I know I should give it back.
We can arrange that.
No, I'm sure that I can train get my body this way too.
Yeah, we can start you on a workout regimen. The first step is not letting the big lad carry you around everywhere. Your quads have
Okay.
lost all definition. I'm in pain.
But yeah, Yeah, you're right.
I mean, if nothing else, when we get back, you could start swimming.
It's true. It's a full body workout.
I do love swimming.
Your friend hasn't stopped walking. She said,
And-
let's go,
yeah.
and hasn't looked back to see if anybody's following her.
I was following her the whole time.
Yeah,
Great.
we're following her.
Cool. All right. So you keep, walking forward, going here, going there. Every once in a while, she'll point down and be like, don't step on that. Don't step on that. Don't look at that. Eat that. Don't do that. And just like giving you little directions and things to do. And since she's pointing everything out, as you're looking up, you see big cartoonish, like tree trunks, like primed to snap and go at any moment's notice. Sort of more of those magical portal wells with similar crystals embedded into the ground as the one that she had snapped from her breast coat pocket.
This is all new, right?
Oh yes. We've had to take a couple of extra precautions as of late.
Precautions from what?
That's the hard thing, is we never really know what to expect. I'll fill you in on it when we get there, I promise.
When we're someplace safe to talk.
Exactly. And just about as you say that, actually, she stops. Upon close inspection, you can actually see that she stops in front of a shimmering barrier. It looks almost like the outside of a bubble, but massive and expanding in all directions, just like bisecting this forest as you're going through it. And on the other side, it seems to be almost a mirror image of the forest that you are seeing, just without you reflected in that mirror image. It's got sort of like an oily, greasy surface on it. And she starts taking little pieces of that oil and connecting them in with each other. And as she swirls them around, they start collecting, and the pinks go with the pinks, the blues go with the blues, the greens go with the greens. And eventually they coalesce into a couple of large globs of color, which she swirls with her hand, and a hole in the bubble opens to a non-reflected part of the forest and a small campsite sort of laid out in the middle of the clearing. You actually see that there are a few, log cabins, huts, a few smaller houses that seem to be built into the trees themselves, campfires, outhouses, what look to be a small mill with an little bit of arable land around it. Not large, looks like it could probably sustain 25 people, but there are a few people tending this land here. And as soon as the hole opens, Athalia's envoy just files through and starts taking off their cloaks and their spears and their masks and dropping things down and going and saying hi to people, going up, hugging what you assume to be family members. Couple kids come out of the houses and the trees, and you see a wide variety of people. Some people look humanoid, with maybe a few minor tweaks or changes. They have either thin gossamer wings on their back, or they've got hair that looks as though it's made out of leaves or sort of like leaved scales, sort of peppering their skin. Some look as though their skin is hard like bark, or they look almost, best way I can describe it is wet. Almost as if they are not exactly a water elemental, but touched by the sea or touched by the river. Couple people who have stones braided into their hair, and it just looks as though these people are of a hybrid of the nature of the forest and the magic around them. They come in all shapes and sizes. You see people as small as a foot tall, all the way up to nearing to Partos' size. All right. Well, welcome to the camp. It's not home. We're still a wee bit far off from it, but right now we're avoiding it per se. But this is about where we've been posting up for, I'd say, the last 2 or 3 years now.
2 or 3 years. I haven't
Aye.
been gone that long, have I?
Argus, we haven't seen you in 500 years.
Ooh.
August, how long have you been with these people?
Couple of weeks now.
Me about
Oh
4
no!
hours.
Oh no! Uh-oh.
Oh, I wouldn't worry too much about it. You see, time doesn't work this. You're all from the prime material,
No, that's the problem. There are big bad things happening on the prime material plane that I would really like to go back to.
right?
And it might
Well-
be 500 years there.
Exactly. It might.
Hey, that means Xerxes wouldn't be our problem anymore, right? That's great.
Wouldn't it mean that time back there goes slower?
Or not. Who knows?
Well, I mean, if it's been 500 years here and a couple weeks for him out there,
I mean, possibly.
like
It's all
we could
wibbly
possibly-
wobbly.
Like we could possibly get out there the exact same day we left.
You know,
that-
Tapartos is just like,
Don't count it.
oh,
Like one of those. Imagine if you strapped yourself in like a box that was so high pressure, and you just like worked out in there for days. When you came out, it was like you'd done 1,000 years of push-ups in a matter of minutes.
Your way to a green planet to collect several
to,
Star Balls.
to collect 8 spheres
balls.
that have diamonds in them.
yeah.
Oh, yes, the draconic orbs. I understand.
Yeah, you get it.
Oh, the worm spheres.
To summon Sauron.
That's another character, bud.
I know. I didn't know Tapartos was this good at this. He can keep that, buddy.
All right. So, I've been gone for 500 years.
Hey, you have.
That's not surprising, I guess.
well-
Thinking about things. I
Time
left.
doesn't really work the same here.
Can
I
I
should
have
have
a
put that
mask?
together.
Can I have a mask? Like the one that you were wearing?
Well, I mean, we've all made these. They're a wee bit important to us. If you'd like to, I can have somebody teach you how to make your own.
As long as they don't know the face.
Uh.
I don't feel like explaining this to everybody.
Oh, yes, that would actually. That brings me to my question. What happened? Why aren't you in your body? Unless, is this now your body?
Well, hopefully we can remedy that.
No, I'd like that back.
So this is all a new development then.
Kind of enjoying it though. Yeah, it's new.
Honestly, most
Um,
people do.
So, working on the prime material.
Yes.
A
That was
bit
the
of
last we left you.
right. Was working for kind of a chaos spirit. You know, having a little fun.
Oh,
Trying to
Ryan
balance
Dundee.
things. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember. Your dads had said that that they'd sent you off for some sort of an internship with some prime material heroes out there. Are these them?
Yep.
Oh, you're the only ones that they were talking about.
This guy.
It's
Oh, you're
Hero.
so cute.
just
They
a
hired
little.
you on an internship?
It's that's pretty much what it is. But yeah, we're
What
a
No
do you
little
promise of
for?
pay, but
confused right now.
oh, so you're a
Um,
paid intern. That's nice.
In the adventures that we've had since I joined the party, came across a Fae spirit,
Right.
Lilac.
Lilac.
Hey, I thought I was being clever, and ate some cookies that I shouldn't have eaten,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're here and we're all mixed up.
Argus.
That's why I don't want me dads to know.
You ate fairy cookies? You thought you were being smart by eating fairy cookies.
I believe it was a fairy Monte Cristo.
I thought it was the cookies that did it.
Yeah. Gargak
Oh,
ate
that's
the
right,
cookies.
because you ate the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you're all here because you ate strange food from a notoriously tricky person?
Oh, well, we're here because they ate the food and disappeared, so therefore, to get them back without the man that could summon Fae, we had to eat the cookies, yeah.
I just found a sandwich on the ground. And I ate it.
Yeah, that's
And I-
Fontaine. He doesn't work with us.
Really
I
want
do
my
now.
body back.
Wait,
You want to see a magic trick?
yes, I do.
Okay. So Fontaine has the Folio Arcanum float in front of him and picks a random page, opens to it, just like sticks his fingers, like kind of like bends up a little, puts it in, folds it, and goes, magic. And without knowing what the spell does, is going to cast a spell that not even Tumult has seen before.
So you just scrolled through the list and pointed?
Yep. Is going to cast Telepathicus Majoris.
That sounds like a spell.
Why did you specifically use the book? Don't use the book.
I like to
From the book.
This
explain to us
person.
what that is, Alex.
Yeah, so I don't have a fancy written out thing for it, like the D&D Beyond spells, or it has a like descriptive words and all that stuff. But essentially, what you see is Fontaine's eyes in Tumult's body just flash like quick, like Men in Black memory remover thing, just like quick flash of light. And I need oh my goodness, I forgot her name already. Argus's friend,
Athalia.
Athalia, to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Did I just attack one of our friends?
It's a magic trick.
18.
18.
That's on
The
the dice
fuck?
without any modifiers.
That fails. You're so stupidly broken. So essentially, Fontaine now has full memories of the last 2 years of Athalia's life.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you think that far back, Ian?
No. I did not plan for this.
I don't think Alex planned for me to ever look at this book and find this damn spell.
There's all sorts of them in there. You just gotta spend some time reading through it. Find out what's in there.
I'm currently trying to figure out the best way to hide this fucking book.
Yeah.
How quickly does this happen, Alex?
It's instantaneous. It's just like the Men in Black flash. It's technically an 8th level spell.
All right. Instantly, your mind is just racked with pain as 2 years full of like existential information rocket their way into your subconscious. Just because I want to. I know the spell doesn't say to do this, but you take 9 psychic damage.
That's fine. To be fair, Athalia also gets the past 2 years of Fontaine's memories.
Oh God!
So whoopsies! That's intimate.
Ooh, that's
Wanna
good.
put that
Very
out there?
intimate.
I don't know what that spell was.
Alex, have you written Fontaine's backstory yet?
No. But you roped me into your Feywild bullshit, so I figured I didn't have to.
Very true.
So we don't have to go into any details about what happened, but it's just going to be a lot of me going, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that.
However, if Fontaine gets captured, the last 2 years of possibly secret information from Athalia could be in his head.
Alex, you're racked with pain, as Athalia is as well. She's just like, oh my God, why? Fontaine?
That's me. You said that like a familiar thing, though.
No, I never met you. You were, what? My goodness, we're in so much trouble. We are in so much trouble. Oh boy.
You're telling me, can you stop casting random shit? I have a lot of very powerful spells that I know I have. I didn't know I could do whatever you just did. Don't do that.
Starts to flip to another random page.
No.
If he's close enough, I just reach over and close the book.
Okay. Floats back behind him.
Fontaine,
Mhm.
for now, please only use the flight, and that's it.
But that's only like an hour.
Did you not focus on your feet? You can just fly.
Well, yeah, but
You can fly without the fly spell.
Is he
No.
like someone important to the Sealy? Because his body's in jail.
No.
With it. So we got a voicemail from a cookie saying that they captured Fontaine, and by proxy, since we are down one of our friends' brains, it means our lovable oaf here, Tapatos, I think is in his body in jail in the Unseelie Court.
Oh no.
Is he bad? Is he good? Fontaine, what did you do? Who are you? What did you do?
you know,
From our world, and he ate a sandwich.
now that I think about it, I don't know.
You don't have any memories of who you are?
Nope. I had a hard cutoff of like 4 days ago.
Fontaine,
Mm-hmm.
you're the Fairy King. Head of the Sealy Court. Next to your Queen Titane.
Titane and Fontaine, the original.
Yes, well, the original Fontanilla and Titania went, many, many generations ago and naming
Do you
structures,
just take letters out of the name when you have youth?
Look, I am not a part of the High Court, okay? I don't get any say in what's going on here. And far be it from me to be questioning my king and queen.
You're goddamn right.
Oh my god.
Right.
Fontaine flies upwards. So, everyone bow before me.
I had my
I'm
own
your
king,
king.
complex. I don't need an actual king in my body.
Fontaine, I really hate to say it. In that body, you don't have any power here.
Thank God.
I just proved that sure as shit I do.
Well, you don't have the power of the Fairy King. That's for certain.
I don't think
That
I would
requires
like
body
that.
and mind.
We gotta get our bodies back.
I would like that. Oh,
Sorry,
we're
I
also-
totally just kind of derailed your conversation, Argus. You go back to talking about
So
your
what?
dads.
Now that you're caught up on my situation, what's been going on here for you?
Well, I'm assuming they might have a little bit of something to do with each other, at least over the last couple of weeks here. Or for you, probably a couple of seconds. So, basically, as you can probably have been able to tell, what with the Nightwalker and the Glow-Eyed Empyrean all having a battle out in the center of the Feywild, everything's kind of gone to shit. Not as long ago as you'd left, but not too far after, probably 200-300 years ago. For a while, there's been an imbalance between the Sealy and the Unsealy courts, and they've gotten so bad that they've started to cause rifts and imperfections in the ley lines that course through the magic of all of the Feywild. So much so that we actually haven't been able to get out in a very long time. Supposedly, nobody's been able to get in. If you say that you've gotten in here, you're the first visitor we've had from another plane in well over 200 years. Sort of to fight this, to combat this, I don't know. They've been sending out the best people we had in the Sealy Court to go take care of the problem with the Unsealy Court. And only one person was able to actually make it back. We don't know what they've got going on over there. But from what they said, the Unsealy Court is a nightmare right now. There's no court left. It's just one person that claimed the court for their own, eliminated all of their opposition, all other members of the court, and now they're ruling over it as the true monarch of the Feywild, insisting that all must fall under their reign. Some sort of dictator seizing power.
Who is that?
Aegara. She
Is
was
that somebody I would recognize?
that is somebody you would recognize.
The Dawn Titan?
No. We're running out of like fantasy names to base things loosely
You're
off
good.
of. Okay. Argus, would you mind rolling me a history check at advantage, please?
Would this be Rhyme's history check or my history check?
Your history check. Great, 14, easy. So Thegra was actually one of the lower nobles in the Unseelie court, sort of similar to how the Seelie court has, the king and queen,
Mhm.
and then like immediate nobles that answer to them,
Yeah.
sort of like dukedoms, duchies, what have you. They have a similar structure in the Unseelie court, but with many more levels to it, as there's a lot more sort of a vaster swath of land to take care of and many different types of land. Where the Seelie court is mainly made up of fairies, eladrins, and elementals, the Unseelie court is made up of all the sort of more devious fey creatures and those that might fall under a similar fey umbrella or are fey adjacent. So sort of the monstrous fey, if you will. And
The boggarts, the brownies, the red caps.
exactly. Hags, naturally, and all swamp things included. And Thegra was sort of like you've got king and queen, although they
Right.
didn't necessarily have a king and queen. They had sort of like high ministers. There were a circle of 5 high ministers, and then a circle of 9 lower ministers, and then a circle of 25 bottom ministers. Thegra was the most vocal, and many have said the angriest, most devious, lowest 25, and was always vying for power to try to break the caste system that was in place, and was notable for doing so as they were the only one of fairy blood, a fairy in the Unseelie court, and the only one. Not that it's unheard of having active fairies as a part of the Unseelie side of the Feywild, but they were the only one within the actual court itself.
Okay.
So Thegra has taken power. She's slain everyone. All 24 of the bottom court, 9 of the lower.
How
I
would
don't
a
know
lower,
about all 5.
how would
the
a
high
lower
court.
court member get such power?
That
Play with the
happened.
devil.
Maybe. I'll be honest, nobody really knows. There was a large surge in one of the ley lines that snapped to the center, right where the well of the mana spring is. After that surge happened, everything started to go awry, and that's when we first heard of the misgivings in the Unseelie court. Only after our respondent came back did he let us know that this had happened, and I would have loved to have questioned him further, but he died quickly after. All I know is that Thegra's power has been growing, as has the chaos of what's happening at the center of the Feywild. What I'm concerned of is eventually one of those titans is going to beat the other, and if one of those gets hold of the mana wellspring, I do not know what's going to happen, but I know it's not going to be good.
Not long after I started the my internship,
Hey,
Lion Dandy, he kind of went away. His little plane of chaos, Dandyland, is gone.
gone?
Gone. Now, do you think the destruction of a chaos plane might have been enough to mess with the well?
Certainly going to throw something out of balance.
We need to bring balance back.
Hey, certainly sounds like it.
Were my DAs sent to the Unseelie court?
They were. Since we haven't been able to get in and out of the Feywild, we were running low on people, running low on resources, and we had to start calling upon those that have retired, calling the veterans. Naturally, they were absolutely ready to go, but alas, we haven't heard from them since. You actually haven't missed them by much. It's been about 2-3 years since then. But I've got to say, everything really has gone downhill since there. There's been
Frankly.
another surge.
There's been another?
Aye, shortly after your dad's left. Another one happened, but this time from the center of the Mana Wellspring. I didn't even know what's happened there either. But that one shot straight back to the Unseelie side. Ever since then, the Nightwalker's been based in the Empyrean. Not fully, but I can imagine that it's going to be good. Your dads were also sent because they needed to retrieve something from the Unseelie court. As it
His
had
body?
been said, well, he disappeared about 3 years ago, and Queen Titane has been inconsolable. Sent them off on a personal request. Nobody knows where they've gone. Nobody knows where his body is. Now, apparently, we've been told.
Well, if you want to trust what a cookie says, but it seemed to be a cookie with the voice of a Unseelie in it.
Well,
If there's one thing I've learned from my long, long time of memories and knowledge,
just love that you have a crown now.
it's that you always trust a fake cookie.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I mean, he's not exactly wrong. It brought us to where we needed to be when we needed to be here. Just not exactly the way we should be.
So do you want us to go first to the well and see what's up there, or just barge straight into the Unseelie courts?
Honestly, I don't know what I want you to do. I mean, my parents are there just as well as yours, so I'm worried about them, but it's
Are you working without orders?
as of now, yes.
Here's an
Ever
order.
since the Queen. Yes, sir?
Keep it up.
Didn't you just tell him he
Thank you,
does
sir.
not have power here without his
Oh, he
body?
doesn't have physical power here, but he's
Oh.
still my king.
That's fair. They shouldn't give him that.
I really don't want to be remembered badly when I get my body back.
You'll be remembered as a king.
Or a tyrant.
This might have something to do with why the Queen always kept you in your study.
That explains a lot.
How far is the well from here?
About 2 days' travel by foot?
Maybe best we check it.
Could be.
I mean, it's got to be
just-
closer than the other court, right?
Are you
Oh, absolutely.
in open skirmishes with the others?
We are. So, the Unseelie has been sending more and more nasty things our way. It seems as though they're trying to siege on the Seelie court, but they can't quite find it. Most of my time has been actually spent dedicated here working. Nobody's told me to, but I found it quite effective to trap and dissuade things from getting to the Seelie court. That's actually why I haven't taken you there, is because, love you as I do, I still didn't know if I can trust you in its full, but as long as I'm keeping my queen safe, I figure if you can't find her, they can't find her, and nobody's been able to so far.
I don't
They
want
seem
to find her.
obsessed with getting something from her.
Let's do what we can to keep her safe.
Oh, I want to get something from her.
Not in that body.
I don't care what body.
I do.
Fontaine's looking for love. Ooh.
Hey, Fontaine.
Yep.
Especially now that we found out you're a king,
Mm-hmm.
please don't recklessly use magic on people. I still don't know what you did.
You know, I've actually been thinking about that, my friend. I should do it again.
No.
No, listen,
Please don't do that.
Big Brain Fontaine. I should do it to you.
You might learn what your magics are.
Mine?
No,
no, not you,
well,
Athalia.
the Argus tumults.
Oh, that you will learn. We'll talk after if this succeeds.
Okay. Fontaine just like grabs Tumble by the head and just.
Oh, good luck, Ian. What did I learn?
You gotta roll the wisdom save unless you choose to
Yeah.
fail it.
I'm gonna fail it.
You're gonna fail it?
Yeah, I'm
What do
gonna
you
fail
learn
it.
about Fontaine?
It doesn't have to be now. You can.
I will fill you in on that next week.
Now that we know the same information.
Tell Zach what Fontaine knows.
Tell Zach what Fontaine's mind remembers that
Yeah, what his
Fontaine
life has
himself
been the
has
last
no
2 years.
fucking clue.
Technically, the last 4 days because he doesn't remember anything before that.
Fontaine remembers he loves fairy dust.
Do I also get the other person's memories? Because now that he's gotten all their memories in the last 2 years, he now has their memories.
No,
inside his memory?
it is specifically tied to the individual.
I was about to say, God damn, that'd be really annoying.
That's still another 8 points of psychic damage to both of y'all.
Yeah, that's fine. Someone's made a hit points, baby.
And when?
Since I took away like 85 permanently.
Well, at least now you know the spells I know. At the bare minimum.
And how to cast them. And how you got them.
We're not going to talk about the other stuff, though.
Okay.
How does it feel to be a Fae King? You have the memories of them, and you don't.
I kind of just look over at the other person that received the memories and be like, I don't know. No.
I think this is great.
I bet you do. I get
This
a
one?
very strong sense that you are
Eldritch
very
Blast.
proud of yourself.
This one, Firebolt.
No.
This one, Synaptic Step. No, I'm just kidding. That one was a joke.
Please don't.
He's just using your cantrips. It's fine. We're gonna run into Sealy warriors or unsealy warriors.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. If we get ambushed, listen.
No.
No, listen. You all have an advantage over me when it comes to us getting into fights in these switched bodies.
I don't.
You may not know the specific. You have better shots than I do. You've known them longer than like 2 hours.
I suppose so.
I have never seen any of you in combat ever, and I would wager by the scraps of you all, it's been at least once.
Honestly, the only time I watched them fight, this one and we were swapped. These bodies were swapped. So it's a gamble.
Regardless, most of you have seen each other fight, and you kind of understand how you fight, even if you don't know the specifics of how it works. I didn't have that. Now,
Yeah, you do.
I fully understand how you fight, and I know the tactics the team uses because I've been there for all of it. Also, y'all have been through a lot, and I'm very sorry for whatever fucked up higher power has put you through it. Sorry, Athalia.
It's
We're gonna go to the well now.
Sounds
my
all right.
fault.
I can, at the very least, I can point you in the right direction. Give you a. Unfortunately, the forest changes constantly, so there's no real way of me giving you a map. But you can look out
Although-
for markers.
Do the locations change? Or is it just
Everything.
like the trees themselves change? So like you could say the well is northwest of here.
Right.
And if we walked northwest, the well could end up being southeast of here.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes.
Someone should work on that.
Well, we were working on that until magic got really, really fucked. In a place in which magic is already really, really fucked.
So where are we going to this well?
She's going to say, actually, give me a moment. She's going to go and, sorry, just dropped a die. Rummage through some things in one of the nearby shacks. And after a little bit, she's going to come out and offer to you, Rob, what looks like one of those bubbles that she was holding earlier.
Okay.
With a crystal suspended in it. But and it's sort of like it looks like a D8. So it's, it's got 8 sides on it, and it's sort of floating there in the center of the crystal.
Okay.
And you see one of the points. It's laying flat like this. One of the points has a little red dot on it.
So it points like a compass.
Exactly. This here is going to point you in the direction of the most magically powerful thing in its vicinity.
Can't use that. It's not going to work.
Odds are that'll most likely be the mana wellspring. However,
You're also
the issue
not a
is
thing.
that's
Excuse
not
me?
guaranteed. If it does happen to point you towards something else, I didn't know what you're going to find, but if it's more powerful than that mana wellspring, A, if everybody we've sent out there is running into something, that's a big possibility. And B, you might not find yourselves a way out. It's dangerous, but this is the best bet you've got.
Agreed.
I was just making a joke that it would point at me.
I
Just
know.
kind of like turn at the group. Do we really need Tabatus's brain? Do we?
No!
I think I could do all right.
Like,
Yeah, it was, Tapartus was the healer, right?
His mom might miss him.
yeah, that's fair.
Mm.
He's convinced his mom's dead.
That's
Mm.
if we make it home.
Well, we probably need to do all of this to leave, don't we? Bodies a no.
Well, I could try teleporting you back, but odds are that's not going to work because, as far as I can tell, ley lines are still fucked up.
Well, I guess we have to go face the insurmountable challenge then. Ugh.
Yeah.
Isn't that like y'all's whole thing?
It is
Yeah, we-
kind of
That's
what
your
we do.
internship, isn't it, Argus?
Yeah.
It's kind of what we do.
Okay. Well,
You guys fought one of the, at least one of the 10. And granted, it was pre-fucked up. You guys fucked it up.
Yeah. Definitely soloed it. No help at all.
Wild. Y'all
360
wild.
no scope.
I wasn't there for that. I was walking very slowly back from a boat.
Wait, did
Argus, do you and
Fontaine
your friends
just?
even like each other?
Hey, it's like a family kind of love.
Oh, I'm new here, so I'm just not used to how things are working. I've known all of these folks for
A day? 2 days?
Oh no, because we did 2 weeks of travel to Silver
Oh, yeah.
and back. So like less than a month. Most of that was flying around on a skyboat,
I'm a
Skyboat.
king.
and he's a king.
Yes, my lord.
I get to play with the skyboat.
That sounds right up your alley.
I've been all over that thing.
Oh, excellent. I think you need to go. I've got a lot to attend to here. If you need to, feel free to rest up, recuperate, take whatever provisions you need. But I think it's best that you get on your way if you've got world saving to do and all that.
Yep, time to go save the world.
Save our folks for us, eh?
Maybe then I won't be so embarrassed around me das.
You and me both. I'll see you then, all right? It's good to see you. Even
You too.
if it's not you. Yes, my lord.
I like that,
I'm not calling you that. You're not my king.
but I could be.
Yeah, that's me.
You're not
Wait,
my
wh-
king either.
Wait. Oh, Captain. Yeah.
To the well.
Okay,
I'm king of the boat.
da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah. I'm king of the boat.
Alex.
There'll be a king. I'll be your king.
There could only be one.
I would assume that we get whatever supplies
We get
need.
going, yeah.
All right.
I'm sure
One.
Tapartos picks up a couple of bags of flour to stuff into his bags.
Yeah. Is there general supplies here?
Not necessarily a store. We all kind of do everything communally, but
Big guy, this is like a refugee camp of sorts. You probably don't want to take the basic goods.
Oh.
I'm a
okay then.
pirate, and even that's a low bar.
Well,
if there's something we can get you,
I'm
Happy
sure
to-
he has it. Hey,
I left it in my other pants.
Yeah,
can
because we do have his body.
Yeah,
It's
We're not missing any of our bodies. Just
Right.
Ian's brain.
right.
Yeah.
It's so freaking confusing.
I know.
Ellie, can we have that? Garrick Gax bags.
Oh, hand over Garrick's bags.
Unless Illy has plans for my items, then you can go ahead and play with it. This is your chance to play with Garrick's goofy shit. So if you want to do that, go ahead.
You can have the flour, and then, yeah,
And nothing else.
Okay.
nothing
Okay,
else.
that's fine. That's fine. No, I feel like this is a great opportunity
Just
to play with everyone's
Tapartos
shit. So
walking
if you want
around.
to use my stuff, go ahead.
With a bag of bread flour. Just
Yeah.
Man,
It's
flour.
like that old school project where he has to carry it like a baby.
I think I have 4 bags, so if you just want to give me a bag, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
The-
take whatever you want. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I see 4
Okay.
bags in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
you
still-
flower. You remember when we used that to fight Sulan before he became our friend? Oh, good times.
Who's Sulan?
Yeah. He's the wonder. He wonders.
To the well? Let's go to a well.
Wonder.
Yeah, you might wander over there.
Fontaine,
That way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody got any coins?
let's go. Well,
Yep.
Oh, okay.
You have my memories. You know exactly what I'm feeling right now. Just we're going.
I mean, I have about a lot. She honestly
I just
spent
looked.
very little money. So if you need a coin, let me know.
Oh, I'll just need it when we get to the well. I gotta, make
Oh,
move.
make a wish, yes!
Yeah.
You can make a lot of wishes.
You can have all these coins. They're worthless to me.
No.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. This is big 2500 GB, baby.
Want that back.
Zach's like, why did I get the shitty person? Why did Alex get my body?
No.
Your golden
Why
save.
why did I get the king in my king complex body that's trying to do things himself like he has all the power?
Because that's how the Fae rolls, baby.
Now we have someone that does it normally.
We march to a well.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
Or
we start
follow,
the adventure.
Yeah, we follow the pip on the weird orb compass. I almost
Compass.
said calendar.
Ian, as per my traditions for the game, you have prepared a full 100 separate option D100 table for your random encounter chart, correct?
I certainly have.
Great.
Quickly Google's Feywild
Uh.
random encounter chart.
Don't call me out like that. I had it pulled up. And it's a D20, but man,
Yeah, I'm just giving you shit you do not have to.
I'm not going to. Yeah, so you all make your way out. The Athelia lets you out of the bubble in a similar way as before. Gives you a quick wave of goodbye and then snaps her fingers, and the bubble closes back up and is once again invisible unless closely inspected. And you are out back in the forest. Looks as though dusk is approaching, although as far as you can tell, dusk has been approaching for hours now. So you're not entirely sure if that's actually happening or what's going on with that. And yeah, your pose, your little compass there, points that way.
All right. March until we get tired and then take a break.
All right. As you do so, everybody, follows the.
As I lead, I'm going to keep an eye out for the things that she was pointing out to us the whole time
Okay.
so that we can avoid possibly traps and things.
Good plan.
Good call.
And I was taking copious mental notes as she was pointing, don't eat that, look out for that. Hey, there's those, that don't step there.
Yep.
Looking for all the little tips and tricks that she was pointing out.
Great. I would love it if you would make me a perception check at advantage, please.
Good luck. I skimp on that skill on every single character.
Oh, wait, that's your passive perception. Oh, God. That perception's not bad. It's 7 plus 7. I mean, it's no Argus, but it's nice.
Great.
17.
Awesome. So you manage to. The traps don't extend super far. They're probably only in about a mile radius around this area, like the bubble itself, or at least a mile away from where you are going from. And you manage to go straight for a while, noting things, stepping over tripwires, picking up and moving little displacer crystals and making sure to slap Partos's wrist whenever he reaches for a mushroom. I hope you are able to make it out of the trapped area of the woods. The sun is hanging in the sky at the same place it's been. Takes you about 20 minutes to get the first mile out, and then you keep walking.
This is so disorienting.
Every once in a while, the bubble in your hand shifts a little bit. So the arrow points from over here to just like a little bit that way. Then it goes back a little bit this way, and then it kind of goes over this way. As it shifts, do you keep
following the pep?
following the pip? Great. Who wants to roll me a d20?
Me, I want to. I'll do
Great.
it. Me,
Go for it.
please, me.
He doesn't get to do it from this side very often.
You don't get to do it, Bert. Ooh. What is everybody's passive perception?
23.
21.
3.
19.
Hot ding ding.
Argus
diddly
is
damn.
21.
JK, it's 18.
Is it passive perception?
Yeah.
27.
Jesus
If
Christ.
you don't have the shield out, -5.
That's still a 22.
16.
Did I do that math right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Illy sees everything. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Her passive investigation is 25
Oh my god. That's crazy.
and still has a 10 strength and 11 charisma. That makes perfect sense.
All right. So with everybody's super high passive perception, as you're walking, as you're going forward, things are beginning to get a little, not quite so deciduous foresty, and a little wetter, a little damper, a little more mossy, which starts to go into a little bit of boggy. And as soon as you start noticing this bog, let's see, whoever had a passive perception over 20, notice that some of the vines and tendrils on the ground are beginning to move, and they're moving towards you. First off, can I get a marching order?
I was in the front because I was following the compass and leading everybody.
I would have been right behind Argus because I'm the king and I need to be in front. But also, Argus is smarter than me, so, you know.
I am placing myself comfortably in the middle of the pack because I do not feel equipped for this.
I'm literally running circles instead of like back and forth, making sure I keep my eyes on the party the whole time.
Okay.
They do have about that much more movement than us.
Yeah.
I would
Lot of
definitely be
movement.
towards the back because I would definitely be lollygagging.
I'd probably be somewhere around about the middle as well.
Looks like those vines are trying to kill us,
Sick.
or at least you.
As you say that, you see that they're starting to shuffle around because it failed its stealth check, or it rolled a natural 1 on its stealth check. A huge creature falls out of one of the trees and on top of this massive vines and goes while the vines go and it kind of like starts flailing around a little bit, and the creature, which just like dropped out, it's this gargantuan muscular creature. It almost looks like a hill giant that you've seen on the Prime Material, but not quite. It's got this bulbous warty back, hunched over, and like it looks almost like its head is covered in tumors and boluses, and it's got
looks
one
like me.
bright, like one teeny tiny closed off eye, and the other is massive and bright yellow. Wields a huge club in one hand and just kind of like tattered leathers on the bottom half of its body, and it's jacked to shit. On top of this like wiggling mess of vines on the ground. And as soon as it does that, 2 more of these large club creatures pop out of the ground. They just go and just like you can almost see them, you assume, chastising the first one. So you are now fighting these creatures, one of which is on the ground on a plant, and 2 more are coming out to confront you. Rob, it is your turn first.
Oh boy. I'm still getting used to this body. It's not that bad though. I'm used to changing bodies and using their natural abilities.
Yeah, you're probably the most comfortable having
Yeah.
a wild shaped.
Exactly. That's kind of what I was thinking. How far away from us are they?
Probably about, say, about 40 feet away from y'all.
Oh, well,
I have fast boots.
you do.
Cool.
Not to worry. You do?
I should.
Yeah, boots of speed.
Yeah, it's like I bought tattoo and boots.
Yeah. I'll save those for the moment, though. I don't think we're talking our way out of this one. To which I'll just trust in the muscle memory. Take the bow, knock an arrow, pull, and fire.
All right. What you aiming for?
Oh, that's a good question. Big guy number 1.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Actually, no, it would still be at disadvantage because they're prone with a range attack. So, yeah, just number 1.
Cool.
Not at advantage. Normal roll. 19 to hit.
That is going to hit.
Did they know we were there? Would this be a sneak
Yes.
attack?
You are
they
a
are-
swashbuckler.
Oh, that's
rogue.
right. Yeah.
Based on this context, no.
What do you mean?
What? Why?
Because one of them is if there is nothing within 5 feet of it, or if you're in 5 feet, but there are enemies within 5 feet because they're stacked together.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's fine. No, we're fine. It's not a sneak.
I'm also still learning on how that fucking works. Because sneak attack, once per turn, if you have advantage, but you don't need advantage on the attack if another enemy of the target. Oh, actually, yeah, you don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it, or that that enemy isn't incapacitated and you don't have disadvantage. So yes. Yes.
But if the
Like,
vines might be an enemy.
it doesn't matter. The key principle of Swashbuckler is you get sneak attack. It was designed to ignore all of the other bullshit requirements of you need to have advantage, you need to have this, you need to have this.
Yeah.
It is meant to be I stab them and they die.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, understanding the 7 layers of sneak attack rules that I have, you should have sneak attack.
Okay.
So that 44 should be added in.
If it hits.
Yes.
Sweet. It does hit. That's going to take a whopping 50 damage to the dome. Shit.
Rogues, baby.
Nice. All right. There anything else you're doing, Rob?
You said the vines were wriggling around at our feet,
Yes.
like all around us, or just
All
in
around
front of us, or
Roll me a perception check.
There are vinies all around us.
18 total.
Crawling on the ground.
So you can see that the one that this creature is currently stuck to is sort of the epicenter of some of these vines, but it looks as though there are 3 other epicenters sort of immediately surrounding.
doing my best to not step in, around, or on the vines. I would just like to move off to the side of the party
Okay.
for various reasons, one of which in case they have cone attacks or anything like that, or line attacks, to not line up or be in a cone with the rest of the party.
Cool. Sounds
And that would be it.
good. Cool. Devin, it is your turn.
Around me, where is like the closest, like, bushes, trees, something like rocks, something I can like hide behind for a sec?
I mean, you're surrounded by trees and stuff. There is a tree right next to you, but right next to that tree is one of the epicenters of the vines.
Okay, I'm looking for somewhere where I can hide myself from the party. From
You can
my
hide behind that
friends.
tree.
Cool, I'm gonna hide behind that tree real fast.
Cool.
Alright, and I would have already looked for these, so can I use my action to take out sunglasses? Become Leo.
And put on the blazer.
Put on the blazer.
Yes, you can do that.
Awesome. And that's it. Wait, is rage a bonus action?
Yep.
And
Yes,
you
it
have
is.
that thing where like I don't have to deal damage to keep it. It's just active.
Yes.
Cool. Bonus action rage too.
And God mode's at will.
God
Is
mode
that
is a
real?
free
It's a
action.
free action.
Okay, so okay, cool, awesome. Alright, just rage right now.
Cool. Sounds good. Anything else, Devin?
Nope, that'll do it.
All right. Next, that brings it to Dash. Your turn.
Just kind of sitting here like, oh, that's, how does like shield in one hand, like pulls out this staff in the other. Like, how does this? Just gently taps it into my hand. Ah! And on the big guy that fell onto the massive vines, I'm going to cast Fireball out of the Staff of Power.
Oh my god. Okay. Great.
That is a
So-
DC 18 Dex save. Well, one's a plant.
Fantastic. Fails. That fails. That fails. That succeed. Wait. Nope. That's got a -1. That fails.
Would
Great.
Garagak be in that radius too?
No. Wait.
Because you went to the side, I shot the ones in front of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, no.
it's- Okay.
No, you wouldn't. So cool. That's gonna be 31 damage to each of those creatures in there. Great. I love that for me.
And just kind of backpedal a little bit farther back into the party. Just kind of behind everyone.
That's all you're doing for your turn?
Yeah, just
Cool.
And they just kind of stumble
Shoot
back.
it out, and the all three, like the two guys are down there trying to help their buddy up off the plant that's going whee, and they just look at you right as this little bead of light comes towards them, and all four of them just like up in this incinerating inferno.
Do I recognize what these creatures are?
Yeah, you can go ahead and give me a nature check.
Sorry, buddy boy.
Nope. That's
Nah,
an 8.
these are you've heard tell of the Feywild's version of giant folk. And you're assuming that this is what they are, and you've heard
Yeah.
that they're nasty.
Fair.
And Devin, I'm assuming I know the answer, but Staff of Power spells just take charges, not spell slots, right?
Correct.
Wizards scare me.
Zach, it's your turn.
Not really being used to not having my normal spells. Kind of hold out my hand. Fire. Wait. Shit. Fire. And I'm gonna accidentally
Accidentally.
cast Flame Blade.
Okay.
But I'm just imagining fire and going through your spell list. That is the only one I currently see that involves fire.
No, fire. Accidentally wild
Fire.
shapes into a fire elemental. Ah!
Except he doesn't have that particular.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That was the first fire-based creature I could think of.
It's like fire. Oh shit. Argus, when get. Never mind. I'm just gonna run up to the closest thing and hit it.
Message me your question because now I want to know. What were you
Oh.
going to ask me?
I was gonna be like, what the fuck could you do the fire blade? I like this. But
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm gonna do it. This is my
Zach.
thing.
The closest thing, you've actually got a Vine Epicenter right on your rear as well.
Alright.
That's 19 to hit.
Yes.
Cool. That matches. So that would be
Ooh.
12 fire damage. Cool.
And I'm gonna hit it again.
Great.
Yeah, you get
Go
2
for it.
attacks.
Because, yeah, I get 2 attacks.
Is that from Artificer? Or do druids get to?
Artificer.
Nice.
Well, Battlesmith specific Artificer.
Ooh.
Artificers can be dope as hell.
19 to hit again.
19 also hits again.
I'm just not gonna look at these higher level spells.
Yeah.
I accidentally clicked on Tensor's transformation. I went, never mind.
I want to just roll just damage, so I gotta do this again.
Another 16. Nice. Cool. You lash out down at the vines that are kind of starting to clamber for your feet. You hear it go. As a few kind of sever and sizzle off, and it recoils back in pain. Anything else?
But I kind of look back. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but it's working. I'm gonna keep doing it.
All right.
Sorry, Argus.
You're doing good.
Coda, it's your turn.
They're all like in front of us, right?
Many are, but not all of them. So one is on the so thinking of how you were originally Rob, Alex, Dash, Coda, or Dash, you, Zach. And then
So basically,
Devin, over here.
isn't it like we're in a little bunch in the middle? There's a vine to our right, to our left, behind us, and then the one that fell on top of the others, 40 feet ahead of us.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, let's just describe this as simply as possible.
Yes.
We're in a
So
football
basically,
of
you've got
vines.
So you've got vines on the south, west, and east, and then another vines as well as 3 giants on your north.
Okay.
I apologize. I've left you all woefully unprepared for theater of the mind combats.
Okay.
And theater of the mind without knowing any of our abilities.
Yes.
I will try to plan better for the next one and actually have
Oh, you're fine.
roll
Yeah.
20 available.
No, that's what. We don't expect you to make maps for this. We're just stumbling.
Oh no, I'm not going to make maps. I'm just going to have battle tactics available. Anyway,
I'm just having that debate of do I play this like Gargak or do I play this like Partos?
Don't forget you have Garagak's brain. So
I do.
Play this as Garagak pretending to be Tapartos.
yeah, because
Yes.
you did kind of commit to yes, I'm Tapatos. It's fine.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, do I play this like
Just
me?
start healing people who have full health.
Yeah. I'm standing there, right? I got Tapartos' spell book out. I'm just kind of flipping through, and I'm like,
I don't have a spell book.
yeah, you got a spell book. And he's like,
It's just a magazine you had that he's flipping through.
yeah. I'm like, I know some of these words. Flip through that. And I come across one, seems kind of familiar to me. And I'm like, let's try that. And I'll cast Firestorm.
Oh god. Oh my
And
god.
I get to choose 10 10-foot cubes, so I think that'll cover everyone. That's an enemy.
So like on the outer chunks of us and the rest forward. Like
Yeah, it's
just
10
outside of
10-foot
our
cubes,
squares.
so it's like do.
We're in a ring of fire.
Yes. But
Johnny Cash would be so proud.
It was in my head.
Same. A spell that you are familiar with, yet we have never seen Tapartos use.
No, but Garagak used
Garagak
to have
has it.
fire spells. So Garagak's like, I know this one.
All right. Would you mind telling us a little bit about that spell code?
Yeah. So it's a storm made of sheets of roaring flame. It appears in a location you choose within range. The area of the storm consists of up to 10 10-foot cubes, which you can arrange as you wish. Each cube must have at least one face adjacent to the face of another cube. Each creature in the area must make a dexterity saving throw. It takes 7d10 fire damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful.
Cool. Great.
The fire damages objects in the area and ignites flammable objects that aren't being worn or carried. If you choose, plant life in the area is unaffected by the spell.
Cool.
Yeah, that's kind of important.
That is
That
kind
little
of
last line right there, kind of important right now.
Don't
Yeah.
forget these creatures might be plant life in the area.
That's true.
Oh, what's the call, Coda? Are we ignoring
What is
plant
the
life?
I mean, technically they're creatures, so
Yeah,
just depends how Ian wants to play it.
fuck them plants.
Fuck them plants.
Yeah, fuck them plants.
All right. What's the DC? Save DC?
Hit cast and it will
It'll
appear.
be
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just save that for
Yeah.
you. I failed.
17.
17. Ooh, bad roll.
Failed.
Too bad.
Fail.
Yeah, I mean it's 8, 3, 8, 2, 7, 7, 10. That's not terrible.
Yeah, just the 3 and the 2 are bad, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So everything failed except for the plant under the giant
Who's protected
the
from the
giant-
flying?
was protecting it from the flying sheet of flame that just rained down on top of it. And that's 45 fire damage. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This is how I feel every time, Ian. Every time I'm like, oh man, this fight's gonna be so hard. Oh, they're all dead.
I wasn't even expecting this to be hard. I was just like, let's let him play with this a little bit. But I'm like, oh no. Cool. So give me a second.
I can make a horse? Nice.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Unless that horse is a mare.
Mm. Yeah.
What
If
if
that
it's
horse is a
man?
mare, you simply don't care and you ride that bitch anyways.
But if it is a mare, it is the law.
Mayor.
Mayor. Mayor.
Your accent's coming through a little bit there, bud.
A horseshoe, boy.
You rain down the fire of God from the sky in just this gargantuan ring all around you, encompassing you. You manage to get everything in there, and everything's just like burning and squealing. The plants are thrashing around, and you see as they actually start to like lift their bodies out of the muck to try to get away from this. You can see that they have like, you know, all these vines and tendrils flailing everywhere, but they do have a central form. And it looks, it's all completely made of plant. Like their teeth even are like hardened mushroom caps. They're moving away and towards you. Well, they would start moving towards you. Yeah, all them looking pretty fucked up. And just as soon as it came, the fire disappears from the sky, but it stays on the trees as you have started a raging inferno that is very quickly starting to catch on the, you know, sort of the driftwood and dead bark and things from fallen trees from this sort of marshy forest, and the wet ground doesn't seem to be doing much to stop this 100 square foot inferno that you have suddenly caused surrounding you. So it's getting very hot very quickly.
Yeah. You could
great.
say if we burn, you burn with us.
Well, I'm about to find that out, because one of the giant number one, which is the one y'all have been wailing on like crazy, picks himself up and spends his action doing that. And
They roll higher than me?
Huh?
Did they roll higher than me?
Giants rolled higher than you.
Damn.
Giants did not.
Do I get a bonus action?
Oh yes, you do.
I was gonna summon spiritual weapon.
Harley-Dino.
I know the words firestorm in this Faerun Weekly magazine, and I know Harlan's supposed to be here.
Right.
Harlan Dino is currently being occupied at the moment.
It's fine. We don't need it.
It's-
We're not using
doesn't
the
need to
map.
be-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have to exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just summon your weapon and let me know who you want to hit.
I'll hit the one that was down.
I feel like it's a caricature sketch, like a caricature weird sculpture of Harlan Dino, if you like just didn't quite picture him correctly. 14.
I wasn't sure if I got advantage on that because he was
Does
laying down or not.
hit.
Well, that is all.
Sweet. Now it is the giant's turn. First one's going to stand up, and it is going to look for the closest person, that being, at this point, Fontaine.
Hello!
It is going to trundle on up to you, and angry great club smash it. It's going to smash down on you with its great club.
It's gonna try.
It is going to try. That's a natural 20. That's going to be 40 bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
Coming straight down on your head.
Mm-hmm.
And as it does so, it's going to make eye contact with you as well. And I am going to need you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 22.
That succeeds. Cool. So it's going, look at you with its big ol' angry, bright, glowing yellow eye. And you feel something disgusting coming over you, but you manage to shake it off. Next up is going to be the other one. One is going to run down to Illigak. And it's going to
Behind
do
the
same
tree.
thing. Yeah, behind the tree. Well, I mean, you're behind the tree, but it's up there, so it can see you. So it's like going and pushing aside the plant and coming down to smack you. That is going to be a 18 plus 9. I'm assuming that hits. Actually, I'm not so sure. 27.
I think that hits. I think 18 is the AC. Look at
Yeah, Greg's not.
Cool.
You don't
Yeah.
have a high AC.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be 23 bludgeoning damage. Feel free to have or reduce whatever you need. It's not magical.
Okay. Can I do the transformation on other creatures' turns?
Yeah, you can do the teleportation on literally everyone's turn.
No, the
Oh,
god
the
mode.
transformation.
Oh, transformation? I don't think so.
Well, if
It's
it's
a
not,
free, it's a free
It's
action,
free.
so yeah.
So you should be.
you're
Yeah,
also
okay.
it's also non-magical, and you're
So
a
you're just
werebear.
immune. You're just immune to that.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
true.
because the railbear thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No change yet. Then I'll
God
just.
damn.
I never thought about that though. Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coda takes
We're about to
notes.
Yeah, I'm like,
Kevin Bray.
yes.
Let me put that in my sticky note.
I got
Yeah.
one.
I'd also like you to make me a charisma save.
A fucking branded company sticky note too.
Yeah, let me. There we go. No brands here.
Oh no,
A
it's
little
fine. I
notepad.
just found it very funny. That's like peak dad energy. I'm just like, I don't know. I got this from something somewhere. It's mine now.
It's from a casket company.
Hell yeah.
19.
19. That succeeds. The same icky feeling washes over you, but you manage to resist it. Great. And then the last one is going to go over to Rhyme Liana. It is going to barrel down the center of everybody, going to smack you.
What about Argus?
So I would like to ask
Argus is over on the side.
how the teleport thing works, Garagag.
So, as long as a person's within 30 feet of you, you can teleport in front of the attack to eat it. And that's any turn. Enemy
Is-
turns, our turns. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That was your sacrifice pull, right?
It is once per turn, not once per round.
Yes. So, everybody's turn.
Is Vimbliana within 30 feet? I know I moved. Is...
I don't know.
You're allowed to say no, Ian.
I mean, that's fine. I will let you know that the attack misses.
Does it?
You could use it to get around the battlefield if you wanted, but you also have a shit ton of movement, so.
Yeah.
Your
fair.
AC is so high.
It's 22 with the staff equipped, I think.
Or with the
Right?
shield, yeah.
Yeah, with the shield.
That's
He
actually
rolled a
really good.
3, so it's a 12.
Oh.
I'm assuming you're good. But I would love a charisma save if you wouldn't mind.
Okay. Big old +2. 16.
16. That succeeds. Oh, I needed to make you guys take half damage.
No, you didn't. It's fine.
Okay.
I mean, you can.
Yeah, everybody takes 16 damage who looked at the evil eye. Cool. Alex, it is your turn.
It's me. So this giant just ran the fuck up on me.
Yes.
Kind of looking at me. How fucked up does it look?
You got... Which giant did you get?
The one that was on the
It
ground.
looks really fucked up.
Really fucked up. Like, blow on it, it'll die kind of fucked up.
Seeing the Shrek
Thinking
movie
is
with
how
death.
hard you guys blow? Maybe. That wasn't an insult.
Rude.
I blow a lot, chapped.
That's how I got to be a house husband.
Hey, oh.
Chapped lips and sore knees.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's coal
all right.
miner's work.
Facts.
back in college.
Fontaine's gonna look at the giant. They go, yeah, well, Aprica, fuck you, and poke it in the chest and cast Inflict Wounds.
All right. Cast that, baby.
One of your 2 warlock spell slots.
15
Inflict
to
wounds
hit.
is cleric.
That don't
Bruh.
and
3.
It's a nat 1. That don't change
The
anything.
pause was really good, Zach.
What are you rolling?
I don't know what he's rolling. Apparently he
What are you
rolled something
rolling?
interesting.
Why did you roll?
The giants must have something.
Oh, that's a critical failure.
Oh,
I like rolling.
Oh,
D100s
Ian's
on my
a
critical
spicy
failure.
DM.
I don't have a full-on like crit fail chart, but like I like
Oh.
having something to tell me what's going on.
Do
but I
not
wanna-
nat 1 on Garagak.
Because you'll have the dandy fail and Ian's insidious, sadistic fail.
Yeah.
Yeah. I rolled 100 on die.
Oh wow.
Uh-huh.
What does that mean?
Tumult fucking dies.
Do it, Ian. Fuck me up.
Tumult touched him with inflict
Not with
wounds on his good
Fontaine in
hand.
his head.
Now his good hand's gone.
Fuck it, he's dead, and I'm taking my book back.
Just catch it before it hits the ground. Remember what Zexum told you.
It's not catching it before it hits the ground. You should be the first one to touch it.
Yeah, go ahead, touch it.
Oh,
Alright,
that it's
dude.
bound to Argus.
Uh-huh.
Teleport to
Holy shit, that would be
Augustus'
insane.
body and touch the book first.
Oh, true.
Oh no!
I haven't said it out loud.
can't
No one else knows
read.
about it. The only one that knows about it is Fontaine because he literally saw my memories. So Fontaine's the only one that understands.
Fontaine,
Mm-hmm.
how many hit points do you have?
Total?
Left.
42.
Oh,
I
it's the
don't have
answer.
a lot.
Everybody watches as Tumult's body, as Tumult points at the chest of this thing, and then a burst of magical energy rockets down his finger, sort of like hangs out at the end in like this deeper and deeper concentrating little pebble, and then shoots back up his arm, and he crumples to the ground.
Am I unconscious?
You're dead. You just miscast power word kill on yourself. It backfired.
What? I didn't inflict wounds, not power word
Uh-huh.
kill.
I know. I don't even know if you have power word kill. But I don't know if you know if you have it either.
It's real spicy.
Brett killed a guy. Did you throw a trident?
Hey, Alex! This is probably the first combat in a really long time. You managed to kill one of the PCs.
Oh, facts.
Oh damn.
Oh, shit. 2 years
I'm
and you
making a
finally
new
got one.
fucking character.
No,
we have a res. We have a healer.
we have Kodagak.
Yeah,
And
I can't wait till
Billy-
I try to use a spell I
Nope,
don't know.
Not I. Level cleric.
Anyway, so Alex, you died.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, good. Zach, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do.
If he is dead, the Arcanum Folio.
It's on the ground, but none of you know to touch it. Literally only Fontaine and I know because Zexum
Yeah.
only had me in the room.
That's true.
I will also clarify there are more stipulations than that.
That was just
That is just a baseline example of.
That's fair. I just want Zach to stroll over there with my body and get it.
Hey,
Yeah.
rich book.
So
Let's
it's
see.
Vine time.
Fine time. We're just gonna go through this. Vines are gonna
Oh
come
shit,
up,
this
and
vine's gonna touch it.
one is going to go past Alex towards Rhyme Liana, and it's going to try to smack you. That's going to be a.
I didn't even light those on fire.
I teleport and stop it.
Oh, cool. And it's going to try and smack you. No matter what it does, it can't. Well, let me see if I crit. Something weird happened. Yeah, no.
How do reactions work?
One per round.
Technically, reactions are whenever.
What spell are
but
you looking
this-
at?
Yeah.
I'm actually not looking at a spell in particular. I'm looking at the fact that I'm a warcaster. So you can use your reaction to make an opportunity attack to cast a spell that has a cast
so
time
that-
of one action.
That procs as an opportunity attack in combat. So if anything moves out of your range or whatever, anytime you'd be able to make like an opportunity attack like you would normally,
Yep.
you
Okay.
can cast a spell instead.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
a spell
okay.
instead of just a melee attack.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I have successfully cast Finger of Death as a reaction and murdered something with it because it decided to run away.
Nice.
It's a good time. Maybe you should try that with power word kill on something that's not yourself.
Oh damn.
You did that.
I mean,
I
to
would
be,
do that. You did
to
that.
be fair, he did. That's not Fontaine. Asshole.
Also, Ian, do not forget, in 4 to 6 weeks, you're going to be back in this game.
Oh, I know. I'm just having fun.
I'm not vindictive.
I know.
It's fine.
I am.
Rue.
Notice I didn't kill the healer. Next up one is going to attack.
Oh, you did. Just you're working from the bottom up in amount of
Right.
heals.
That is a cleric.
Next one's gonna attack Rob. It misses.
So,
It
like,
misses.
do each of
Oh.
these kind of individual turns that I can teleport and like just kind of
mean,
keep
Yeah.
popping around? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
It
I
really
would have
depends on
individual
how. It depends on how Ian is ruling it for the monsters. So generally, when there's multiple things that are acting
Oh,
on the
mob.
same turn, I would count that as one turn. I don't do that a whole lot, just because people that are fighting you guys are generally ridiculous, and I don't want to think about more than one at a time.
And I do think I am gonna rule that this way, just because I need to give these guys even remotely a chance.
But you could, like, I go, you teleport, to someone. Zach goes, you teleport to someone else. Like, each of the rest of our turns, you can just go. Boop, 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 boop.
It is so stupid broken. But yeah.
This barbarian.
I'm gonna say nah for right
Just
now.
a barbarian.
Did your did your
Just barbarian.
teleport for this round.
Just a
Zach is gonna
barbarian
attack
god
and miss.
werebear.
And miss. 14 doesn't hit, right?
Who? Me?
Zach, whoever is in Zach. No, Zach, whoever you are inhabiting.
Argus.
Argus,
Argus has a
no.
19 AC.
Okay, never mind. Then it is going to be Devin is going to get hit again. Wait, no, Devin teleported away.
Devin's in
It's gonna
front of me.
Okay, well, it's going to come down and hit Devin because that's still the closest person to it. 15 plus 7, 22, and that doesn't hit. They just, man, I need to choose stronger monsters.
The 22 hits
Yeah,
Devin.
yeah. The 18 for Garagak AC for.
It's
for
not magic.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It hits, but
He's
it's like
Yeah,
gunk.
you can still hit him.
You just get gently
Just wanted to make
caressed.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Next up, it's going to be Rob, back at the top of the turn order.
Okay. So what's close by?
You are right next to one of these shambling vine creatures.
Shambling vine creatures. I will stow the. I'll just drop the bow. I can pick it back up in a minute. And go with. I want to make sure this is legit here.
Oh, you get to do those sick tattoo moves too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's another reason why I'm happy to drop the bow is because I need the melee weapons. Dagger of Warning in one hand and the Vicious Rapier in the other. I will attempt to stab it with the Vicious Rapier.
Attempt away. That hits.
At least 12 damage.
You're going to have to explain swashbuckling to me because I don't understand it.
Okay, I got you. Simple brass tacks. You know all the things a sneak attack says, where like if there's an ally within 5 feet of the same creature you're attacking, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Take all those rules.
Yeah.
And then add the opposite rules of those.
Basically, if he doesn't have disadvantage on the attack,
He
it
gets
is a
sneak attack.
99% likely chance he gets sneak attack.
So it says
Great, take
if I
that
had
sneak
an
attack
advantage on the roll, or you
Can
don't need
I-
advantage on the roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it, that enemy isn't incapacitated, and you don't have disadvantage on the attack roll. Or if you are within 5 feet of it, and no other creatures are within 5 feet of you,
Cool.
and you don't have disadvantage on the roll.
Cool. Then yes, you get that sneak attack.
So that's
55,
55.
baby. Rob, anything else you'd like to do as you just like gut this creature and vine guts start spilling out over the ground?
I'm going to glide away from it behind
Whiffs out at you.
one of the giant guys. It doesn't.
It whiffs out at you. It misses.
Well, even if
It wouldn't have taken an opportunity attack anyway.
exactly.
I know.
It can't because
just-
of my fancy footwork.
That's kind of what I was trying to say. Is it's like
It's sadly
no, it
flailing
could-
in your
would get one,
direction.
It's like
Yeah. But specifically during your turn, if you make a melee attack against a creature, that creature cannot make opportunity attacks against you.
If that's the case, I'm gonna say the only giant you can get close to and or behind would be the one that Alex killed himself on.
Okay.
You keep saying it, but it's never true.
I mean, I
I
would.
do as the dice say.
I could also cunning action, use my bonus action to double move. But yeah, the one that knocked down Fontaine would be the one I would actually kind of like to be behind.
Great, you're there.
Fantastic.
Anything
That's my
else on your
turn.
turn? Great, Devin, all you.
Yay. Do you use like flanking rules for this combat? Like if I flank with Rhyme, will I get advantage on that on
Yeah.
that hit?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll say you can flank with Brian.
So I'll just kind of fly up my 30 feet, taking any opportunity attacks that come my way, and just shout, "I am here," and invoke the God mode. And then I'll swoop down over to flank that giant, land, and say, "Your time has come." We lift up my hammer to holy weapon it. Bonus action holy weapon it, so now it's glowing and the extra radiant damage, and then swing it down. But I would like to use the Great Weapon Master thing to give myself -5 in the attack roll, and if it hits, +10 damage.
Great.
I don't think you've ever used that, Coda. Because you're afraid of the extra or the advantage against you, which you shouldn't be because you're unhurtable.
Yeah.
No, it's Gyarados pluses to hit until very recently were not that high.
That's
No.
fair.
Till I got the hammer, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I see no issue with any of that. Go.
Hmm.
I'm not even gonna pretend to roll things to
Come
try
on,
to counter
crit.
any of what you're doing. Go ahead
Let's
and
see it.
roll to hit. That's gonna hit.
Alright,
That's just one attack.
what's the god mode damage?
2d6.
2? Is it 2 or is it 3?
2d6. It's 2. I think it's 2.
I thought it was 3. Hang on, I'll check.
It might be 3.
I could be
I
wrong.
don't fucking remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll roll the second attack while you check that.
It is 3. 3d6
Three.
fire damage. Which, are we changing the fire damage to radiant
It should be
damage?
radiant damage, yeah.
I just haven't changed it in my notes. Yep, 3d6.
Oh, that one's close. Alright, 28 and 34.
Real close.
Wow. Yep,
Those are just
that
a hit,
also
yeah.
hits.
Right, so 66 for both radiants, 4d8 for the 2 holy weapons. Oh, actually, hold on. Before that, 23 to hit and 29 because great weapon attack thing.
Oh, yeah.
Still
so
hits.
Plus,
Still
yeah.
hits. Cool. So plus 20 damage for those two. And what am I forgetting? The rage thing? What's rage damage?
Oh, yeah, your thing doesn't auto-kill. Plus 3.
Plus 3, so plus 6.
I believe it's plus 3. It's either plus 3 or plus 4 now. Let me check.
Great.
That is
You said
astounding. 34,
26.
49, 59,
Stupid amount of
67, 73, 93.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
seems
do
alright.
you kill this man?
You don't.
I'll land and I'll just like swing, baseball swing, and just eviscerate it. It's just
Fantastic. His head is soaring, like it goes through a little hole in the fire and past your vision.
I kind of like look down, but like, oh, that felt real good.
Bartos is just over here
Look
like.
over.
Illy gets her body back, immediately multi-classes into barbarian.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Illy, anything else you want to do on your turn here?
Nope. That's my bonus action, my movement, my action. No, that's it.
Right. Cool. Dash, it is your turn.
Oh fuck!
Family
There's just a dude in front of me still, isn't there?
That's the one that Devin just decapitated.
No, I thought Devin decapitated the one by Argus.
By me.
Oh, by you?
By Rob.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Kind
Cool.
of
Yes,
over
there's a
by
dude in front of me.
Fontaine.
I forgot I was playing D&D.
Wait, just to be sure, that's the one that had dropped Fontaine?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow, you way overkilled that. He had 23 hit points left.
Oh.
No death saves for him.
Actually, how many enemies are left?
2 giants and 4 plants.
Yes.
I'm going. Oh. I'm going to use Steel Wind Strike.
Yes. All
And
right, who are you using it on?
Hit all but the one in front of me. Just no, and then like end by a plant, like out of the way a little bit.
All right. Can you explain Steel Wind Strike to me again?
No.
Okay, so it is 5 separate attacks, all with the same spell, and they all do like 5d10 force damage.
Great.
So basically, teleport to one, teleport to the next, teleport to the next, teleport to the next, teleport to the 5th, hitting each one along the way,
Wow.
and then
Holy
it
crap!
ends at the end.
Not a roll
Those are high
under
rolls.
20,
Not, one's a
and
crit.
one of them's a crit. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
That spell's nuts.
I love that spell.
No, just dink, 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 dink. Ha, 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 ha. Oh.
Great.
And is this this is with like a ghostly wind knife, right?
You
Yes.
have to like actually pull out either. I
Then
believe
I'm
it's
grabbing the
knife.
Rakdos. Because everyone that dies is the soul in the knife.
Technically, no, because the knife isn't doing its own damage. It's
That's
just
fair.
yeah. I was super sad about that, but
I mean, I respect
No.
it.
Devin said, I tried.
But it was probably just like I just kind of like tuck the staff in my arm and just pull the first knife I have.
I mean, that because you're familiar with knives.
Yeah, just this feels safe. Ah! And then just kind of like come out next to a plant on the other side. Just teleportation's weird. So yeah, that was a 23 for 26 force, 25 for 43 force, a 32 for 80 force, which 32 is a crit, a 23 for 35 force, and a 22 for 27 force.
Dang.
That's more damage than Rhyme will ever do. That's a lie, but with sneak
My
attacks.
body's doing a shit ton of damage.
Yeah.
Those are like really bad rolls too. Like 2
Yeah.
of those are less than half. One of them's just above. Like
Yeah. Cool.
Oh fuck! What spell level was
So,
that?
As you teleport around, you just like blitz these things, and there's just blood and viscera and little planty bits just flying in the air. The shambling or the shambling vine creature that Rob had just like swished all over collapses into the ground and just like kind of oozes out into a planty goo as it can no longer maintain its form. And everything else on the battlefield looks considerably more fucked up than it was half a second ago. Anything else?
Backpedal again. Just be like, nope, nope, nope. Like just kind of away from this monster in front of me.
You're running away from the monster in front of you?
Yeah, just like backpedaling away, like nope, no, squishy.
Cool. It's gonna reach out and try to bap you.
reach out, attempt, bap.
Does an 18 hit you?
No, AC's 22.
Great.
Because I have the staff of
that's-
power tucked under my arm, but the shield's still up.
Awesome. Zach, it is your turn.
I'm just hitting the thing in front of me.
Sweet. Go for it.
Weed whacker with the flame blade.
I just finished Chainsaw Man today.
Ah,
Excellent.
I think I took
Very
the
violent.
chainsaw off of the sword. Oh, actually, it's a flame blade. It just manifests itself. Mhm.
27?
6 fire damage. 27 hits.
Oof.
Yeah. Oh, no.
There you go.
There we go.
We take
That's a
those.
little better.
43 fire. You cut this thing down, and it is like it smells like roasted asparagus. It is just barely standing and still going.
But roasted asparagus smells good.
I know it doesn't smell bad.
Okay.
It's actually kind of pleasant.
Nobody touched the book. I'm very serious about this. Don't touch the book that he dropped.
You just out loud told Garagak, don't. He would not have thought of it before.
Let's go ahead and, it's just...
Heck, anything else on your turn?
I mean, we're about to be down a healer. I'm about to kill him.
It'd be a wisdom check.
Fair's fair. Ian killed yours, you killed Ian.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but Ian's the only one currently that can bring people back, I think.
You could if you take a rest, but they wouldn't be the same. There's a possibility
could
they wouldn't be
do-
the same. Reincarnate.
Yep, my brain went regeneration.
Boy.
No.
No, that's
Restoration, no.
All right, Coda, I see you rolling stuff. It's your turn. What you thinking, man?
You didn't want to trust that 28, did you?
I did a wisdom save instead of just a wisdom check.
It would have been a save. 'Cause you're trying to save against yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, am I trying to save against myself, or am I just trying? I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's.
Oh, to
true.
do what Garagak would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
But also-
you are the captain now.
I have also asked you plenty of times in the past as Tumult to please not do something, and you don't do it.
That's true.
I would also like to just casually remind you that laying next to the book on the ground is my/Tumult's very dead body.
Yeah.
Big boy, I think you're the only one that can fix that.
Oh, is that me?
You're the biggest one here.
I mean, yeah, that's obviously me. Like, how many of these things are still alive?
1, 2, 3 of the 3 of the vines, 2 of the giants. All of them look very worse for wear.
Is there anyone near Tumult's body?
Me.
Well,
And-
bad guy wise.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was gonna say me and Illigak.
Illigak pulverized the enemy
Yeah,
near
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I was-
I'm just trying to decide if there's a point in me resing right now, or if I should just
Well,
let
also
him
look
lay.
at the time it takes, the casting time on res.
Oh, I forget that's a thing.
No, it's a
Revivify has to be
you
in
have
less than a
Revivify.
minute.
Yeah.
Mhm. Which
But-
is 6 rounds.
Is it just
10
an
rounds.
action or
It's
is
an
it a
action.
1 minute? Okay.
Okay, then I'll just meander my way over there. And where the hell is this spell? What's it called?
Revivify.
It's a 4th level.
Oh, it's
Third
fourth
level.
level?
3rd level.
It's third.
Oh. Aha. I found it. Yeah. I'll walk over there and I'll touch the body.
Revivify the book.
And I have no clue how to use Revivify. So actually I just leaned down, I grabbed Bolt by the shirt, and I'm just like
Wake up!
Revivify.
You need put one of the shiny rocks in your hand first.
Oh, so,
Like shouting from across the
so
field.
then I like open up my satchel, I'm like digging through here. I'm like,
Grabs the big one.
yeah.
Hey, you smash a diamond into Alex's face.
Hummel has a
Successfully
broken nose.
I'm alive!
Oh yeah, it works. Aha.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. Then I'll go whap something with Harlandino.
So that was Coda, yes? That was your turn?
I bapped it.
Well, you
Nice.
tried to.
Yeah.
Tried to. You did not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
As per typical Harlandino bapping, it
The
missed.
Harlan Babbage rarely works out very well.
Yeah.
Because everything needs really high AC to deal with the rest of us. So the spiritual
Yeah.
weapon's like, mm-mm.
The world kind of outscaled old Harlandino.
He's running a vineyard now. He doesn't need to adventure.
That's
Nah, it's
true.
fine.
That's why he keeps
Alright.
missing. He's drunk.
So, Departos, one of these giants is going to come up and try to attack.
Can I teleport?
you
Teleport.
Great. Then it is going to attack Garagak instead. That's not going to hit, even if you could be damaged. I would also like you to make me a charisma save, please.
Come on, big whammy, no crits.
No, we want crits.
Depends on which end.
True.
Oof.
Ooh.
12.
Alrighty. Great. So you are going to first take, so it is going to be 37 psychic damage. Straight to the noggin. I don't know what sort of bullshit
You'll-
resistances Alex
You'll
is
take half
giving
that.
Oh yeah,
God
because of
mode.
Totem of the Bear.
Well, I'm totally the werebear, but psychic damage gets through that. However, I am
That's
a
true.
god, so
Fair.
it'll get half from that.
Unless
and it
this
is-
giant is a god as well.
This giant
Yeah, is this a
not
god giant?
It is not a god giant.
Okay.
However, since you failed, you also start to rupture with magical boils and deformity. So your back starts to actually hunch, kind of similar to this thing. And cancerous sprouts start to burst out from you. And your speed is now halved, and you've got. I don't know if God would say no to this, but since this combat's almost over and I want to keep it spicy, I'm going to say that it gets through because we're in the Feywild and Feywild shit happens. So your speed is halved, and you've got disadvantage on ability checks, saving throws, and attacks based in your strength and or dexterity. So
Got to start
I-
using your brain attacks.
Out of
Yeah.
curiosity, is this like a curse or
this is a curse.
it's a curse? Okay. Do I have
Yes.
anything for that?
Probably
Um,
remove curse. If not, you'll have it tomorrow morning.
If not, Argus can
Ah, I got
You
it.
can repeat this saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Okay.
I got remove curse.
Cool. And that was zoning in on Devin. Next up, the next one is going to come down and it's going to swing at Rob. That is a critical failure.
Well, where's your D100 roll for this guy?
Where's the power word kill on this thing to itself, huh?
I mean, the fact that he rolled a 100 on it.
literal 100
Yeah.
is going to be very different than anything else. He is going to smash himself in the knee and hurt himself.
And
for-
die.
He might. And he does not get to do his evil eye because he hurt himself. Go owie. Next up is going to be Alex. What?
I just want that sound clip of he's not gonna do his evil eye because he heard himself go owie. Like you said it so seriously.
This is how my brain processes things when I have to keep track of a lot of shit.
Wait, what's
Right.
attacking Alex?
No, it's my turn.
Oh,
So, Martin kind of like stumbles to his feet and looks over, and the one giant that came up to hit Tapartos and then ended up hitting Iligak is still like right there, right?
Yes.
Because they just brought me back. Kind of like stumbles casually around Tapartos and goes, "Now listen, I don't know what the fuck happened, but when I say abraca fuck you, I mean abraca fuck you," and I'm gonna do it again. There's no way. It's an 18.
An 18 matches its AC. You hit.
Oh, that's not the right level. Hold on. Hold on.
It's 18 again.
It's like, wow, that's disappointing.
Oh, that.
There we go. That's better. All right.
Yeah, it is the right level. You just had a bunch of below 10 rolls.
yeah.
Wait, did you?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus. All right,
One,
well,
one,
18,
four, two, two,
18
six, two.
damage.
18 it is.
Don't forget your other dice.
I give you guys so much shit to keep track of.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Listen, you guys have a lot more time with it. Okay?
Tumult, it has the like pseudo god mode because he's in the ult fusion, so he gets extra
Yeah.
dice all the time.
Oh, so it's an additional 14 damage.
Okay, so 18 plus 14. Awesome. Anything else? Just goes.
Tier 1 HPS.
Fontaine.
Uh-huh.
Memories.
looks. Oh, cast Shield of Faith on himself.
Did you pick up the book, or did you just run around without it?
The book would follow
Okay,
after. Yeah.
cool. Just wanted to make sure. Great. Next up, it's going to be the angry plant's turns. One is going to attack. Where? So lost. Who are they next to?
I backpedaled away
one
from
of them.
one.
Yes.
One of them's almost dead at my feet.
That's right. So one's going to attack you.
Do something.
Then one was going to. And then one.
Oh yeah,
came
you
in.
fucking flame smacked him.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
4
So
times.
one's going
now.
to attack Zach. One is going to attack Coda, and one is going to shuffle in and pursue Dash. Ooh. So Zach, the first one is going to swing out for a 19 plus 7, 26 on you,
Oh, wow.
and
that'll
a 2 plus 7, so 9. The 26 gonna do 2 plus 4. So strong. That's a 1. That's a 1. 6 damage, and then we are
Be
going to
nice.
attack Coda.
Must
No,
be
no.
nice.
That's going to
hit.
be. I know that doesn't hit.
Would the one
Yeah.
attacking Coda be within 5 feet of me?
Yes.
I would like to
Just-
sentinel reaction attack it.
Great.
Hey.
Go for it.
I would like to take a -5 on my attack roll to try to get a +10 on my damage.
Go for it.
It would also swing on me with disadvantage.
Because just Garagax mere presence.
Sweet. It's going to miss you either way.
Yeah. I just,
But go ahead and take that sentinel attack.
23 minus 5, 18.
All right. How do you kill this bad boy?
Oh. Is this plant dude?
Yes.
Just smack it. Just straight 12 to 6, smack it.
Ah, you're making
Great.
pesto.
Honestly, yes. Pop some pine nuts in there, and you've got something fantastic unraveled. Sweet.
What a very specific pasta choice.
And then the last one is going to attack Dash. That's not going to hit either. Cool. Back to the top of the order. Rob, it is your turn yet again.
Okay. What the hell is around me now? Is there still a giant that was trying to attack to Partgak that
Yes,
There
there
okay.
are 2 giants by you right now. Like, it seems like... to
The one by
Partgak-
Zach and the one by Coda.
Yeah.
okay.
We haven't killed the giants yet?
No, there's still 2 standing.
Oh.
One of them hasn't, like, still fucked up, but hasn't been hit nearly as hard as everything else here.
I'm gonna slide in behind the one attacking my body.
Okay.
That's not the body you want to attack, you bastard. Using panache as my
Excellent.
action. As an action, you can make a persuasion check. So it's a persuasion contested by the creature's insight. On a success, the hostile creature has disadvantage on all attack rolls against the target or
Okay.
against targets and can't make opportunity attacks against targets other than you for 1 minute or until one of your allies engages it or it gets more than 60 feet from you. So
Okay. So do I need to make a...
you would make an
Save?
insight and
Insight
I
check.
would make a
Persuasion.
persuasion. Ooh,
It's going to be an 8 from me.
I can't roll less than 16.
There's that 32, baby.
What's funny is
All right.
that, yeah, that's nice. 16.
Especially with that rogue can't roll lower
Yeah.
than a 10.
Yep. So yeah, couldn't roll less than a 26.
Its face.
Yeah, okay. He's rethinking some of his life choices.
Ian or the giant?
Yeah.
Okay. I just picture these guys as Henox.
Yeah.
It's basically what they are.
So yeah, that's my action, my movement. I'm not really using a bonus action right now, so
Sweet. Sounds good. If that's going to be all from you, Rob, Devin, it is up to you now.
Okay. I'm gonna start flapping my wings, slowly rising while looking up and saying, "It's almost noon." Stopping at about chest level. And then I'm gonna swing.
You're the worst legal
Right.
problem of the two. You just
Oh.
didn't build a character with references.
Speaking of which, what time is it during the day right now, Ian?
It is still
Dusk.
dusk.
Okay. Because you do have a magical tattoo that actually does burst you into flames at noon.
Just aesthetically.
Yeah, just aesthetics, but still.
Oh man.
Oh god, the
Um,
entire chunk of time we're in the midday area of the Feywild, just gonna be glowing.
Reckless
Devin.
attacks to get rid
Cool.
of disadvantage. And then,
Are
of course,
you attacking the fucked up one or the not as fucked up one?
oh, the one that cursed me.
Cool, that's the not as fucked up one.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. The -5 plus 10, and then I'm gonna savage attacks just so I can swing regularly.
Sweet. Go for it. Oh, that's -5 though, right?
16. Yeah,
So
16.
that doesn't hit.
Okay. I'm gonna drop a DM point and crit it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Let's go.
Alright,
You get 3
Does this mean I
attacks
need
now.
Your crit table.
Yeah.
You should be able to pull it up in Discord.
Let's go.
I don't know if I downloaded Discord onto this computer yet.
Ooh, got a
Alright.
twofer.
Okay.
I think the twofer is
If you
the
need that really quick,
dismemberment
that'd be
one.
awesome.
I could be wrong though.
how do we do crits with... Because I know you have some things that alter it. You get, like, extra dice, right?
Yeah,
will-
so I have brutal crit. Would it be
Brutal critical and savage attacks. Brutal critical gives 2, savage attacks gives 1.
And god damage also gets critted.
yes. So
And
your
that's
3d6 and your 3d or 2d8 or whatever, that'll also crit out.
Okay. So
Yeah.
do those double, or are those just one extra, like, so, like, would it be 4d6, or would it be, like, 6?
It would be 66 and 48.
I think that's what we did. We doubled the dice.
Okay.
So like 94.
You're looking at 86 damage.
Alright, so first attack, 86 damage.
Fucking wild.
And that's
And you-
without dandy proc.
Oh yeah, and the
Just
dandy
say-
Oh,
proc.
yeah, and the dandy
Attack?
proc.
Yeah, what's the dandy proc do?
So, as you go to hit this guy, you say you come up to his chest, and you're
Mhm.
like, hi, you know, doing your trademark thing that's gonna get a suit.
Yeah, it's high noon is a different trademark thing that's gonna get us sued.
Yeah.
Only if you say it like they say it.
Ah, it's about 12 o'clock.
noon.
Does-
Oh.
Does this thing count as a giant?
Yes.
Cool. The Hammer of Thunderbolts has a special thing on it. It has to make a DC 17 con save or just die.
Yep. It just insta kills giants. Yeah,
That's
I forgot about
wild.
that. Yeah.
Oh no! Oh my
Just
god,
on a
our
crit,
next
just on a
suit-
crit though, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
just on a
okay.
20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it made the save, but that doesn't matter because you take your hammer and you just crack it into its chest, and a shockwave. You can see a shockwave resonate throughout its body as it just kind of goes like starfish spread eagle and goes, "Arr!" and its arms just shoot off of its body, and its legs plummet off of its torso, rocketing deep into the ground, and its torso just kind of like plop, thunk,
Let's
Nice.
go.
dead.
So it was the dismemberment one.
Yes, it was.
Nice.
I thought so. Yeah. I'm starting to learn. I think that's the only one I remember though. Because I roll a 2 like 90% of the
Yeah,
time.
it's like
for
I
crit.
still never remember the one that just transported you to fucking revolutionary France.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
And you have two
So-
more attacks.
That was our first attack.
You?
Yeah.
When you crit or when you kill with Great Weapon Master, you get an extra. You can use your bonus action as an attack.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you get 3 of them.
So I'll fly over to the one that the Rhyme body is currently fighting,
Great.
and then tell it that, hey, did you hear my friend? They said that you have the wrong target. I'm gonna swing at it.
Go.
Now it's no longer charmed. You see why I don't use panache, Rob?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like
Because
insult
of
and amp guard.
Garrick.
You can do it, but your teammates won't listen, and then they'll be out of it anyways.
It's fair. It's fine.
Well, and especially since she has 60 feet of movement right now.
Yeah.
That's gonna critically
Oh
succeed.
no!
No,
No, that's a nat 20. Fuck that.
Nat 20. Okay. All right.
No.
Fuck that.
Please let it happen. I want to see what happens.
Nope.
Before anything else, DC 17 can't save or insta death.
Go ahead and work out one of those points. I'm saving them exclusively for this.
That is a
For-
nat 20.
So now we have to
Doesn't
do all the
matter, Dad.
math.
Okay.
Now we do math.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't have to do math. He has 6 hit points.
Oh, he's dead as well.
He's roasted.
Okay, just
Let
for
me know how
fun
you
though,
count.
roll your
Oh, yeah.
d6 for your
Oh, yeah.
candy
Proc.
proc. Oh,
One.
I do not remember what that one does.
Why don't you roll for me, Devin? I'd like to see the damage that you do.
68.
68. Great.
And then
Um,
plus 10, and then plus 4.
68 was with the plus 10. Plus
Okay.
4, 72.
72.
Cool.
All right. So that is 144 damage, which is this thing's maximum hit points.
This thing's super
It has 6.
Geogag is strong.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we've got pesto on one side of the map, and this is marinara sauce.
dead.
Anything else you want to do?
Looks
on your
like
turn?
Italians
Yeah, you
back
still have
on the
another-
menu, boys.
I have my last attack. Is there? Can
There
I
is a
still make
shambling
it
mound
to-
still near you.
Oh, if I can, I'll fly to it and swing.
Go for it.
goodness, all the math on those.
So 16 to hit.
That does not hit.
Does not. Okay. Excellent. And then you said the charisma save at the end of every turn?
No.
For the curse?
Oh wait, yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and make that charisma save.
Oh,
Yeah, make
wait.
that.
It's
Oh,
at
wait.
it's at disadvantage, right?
I'm sorry, I told you wrong. You can repeat it whenever you finish a long rest. My apologies.
All good. Excellent. Excellent. That's it for me.
Great.
Weren't all of those technically a
No,
disadvantage?
because they were doing reckless attacks.
Okay, gotcha.
Dash, it's your turn.
Oh, I want to just stab this tentacles in front of me with the Rakdos.
Cool.
Just
Give
like
this
get
all-
away, get away. It's like I don't know this. I thought of too many spells. I crit
No.
failed.
You stab yourself with the Rakdos blade.
I steal my own soul. What are you doing, weird ass?
I don't have a cat in my picture. Oh, I do. There.
Ileana,
Mm-hmm.
as you fumble to take the knife out of your cloak that you are planning on using to cut this thing up, you slip a little bit, catch your robes, and just cut a huge hole right in the ass of your pants or your robes, and it just kind of like
Just tear the skirt
flapping
in the
out
back.
there.
Just like,
yeah,
oh.
exactly. And almost like a perfect little Tommy Pickles like pajama pants, like butt flap, and it's just like hanging down. So you have ruined an article of clothing that does not
Unfortunate.
belong to you, and you do not hit the thing. Is there anything
Alright.
else you would like to?
Let me get this straight. Let me just clarify something.
There's a difference between a 12 and a 100, Alex.
I just killed myself. And Dash gets a butt flap in their pants.
Yes.
What a drastic sliding scale. It's fun and exciting, Ian. I'm not mad. It's fun.
Bonus action sanctuary. Just don't hit me.
What does Sanctuary do?
Has
You
to
have to-
wisdom save to hit me.
Great. Sounds good. I love it. Anything else on your turn?
No.
Zach, it's you.
Just hit everything is closest.
All right. Keep wailing on the same guy you've been wailing on this whole time.
Zach's like, I'm basically playing a Marshall class right now. So he's whacked.
Kinda. The whole Battle Master thing really is.
What is still alive at this point?
So many nat ones tonight. It's
God.
crazy.
You just made more work for yourself being brutal.
Oh, I did. Well, Dash, you got a 12. Zach, you got a 13. You also cut your pants, but this time you're cutting it with fire. So you've got flaming pants. Also, this ring of fire, I totally forgot about it, but it's like pressing out around front. So we're talking like Farmer Rick again, but probably not as bad. But it's like consuming everything in the vicinity.
Seems okay.
And is now also consuming Zach's pants.
I knew they were a liar.
You take 4 fire damage.
Liar, liar, plants for hire.
I take 2
Um,
fire damage.
You take 2 fire. And second one is 28 to hit, 12 fire damage. Correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Great. How do you kill it?
He hits it with a flaming sword.
It is a plant, and I hit it with a fire sword.
You have finally lit the plant on fire enough for the plant to stay on fire. It smells nice.
More roasted asparagus.
Yeah, lots of roasted asparagus. You get hints of like.
We get a nice like woody campfire smell as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's just generally very pleasant. These things are going to be delicious once you're all done with this.
How
All
many
right,
things are still alive? Just the plant
One.
fighting me?
just the plant fighting you.
Leave me alone!
Anything else, Zach?
Just drop concentration on the fire sword.
Sweet. Then Coda, it's your turn.
I also have no idea how to use the spell. So I'll go over to Garagak. And you said they had like boils growing on their back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pull out Orc Splitter. But don't worry, you won't feel a thing. And I'm gonna cast Remove Curse as I'm scraping. Because Garagak's immune to slashing, bludgeoning, and all that. So I was like, so it's gonna, shave the boils off their back.
I
Feels
hate
like a
that.
to you.
Feels like a very rough back
You remove
massage.
the curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you literally like scrape the cancer off of Garagak. It sloughs off onto the ground, leaving like nice, pristine, healthy, glowing skin behind.
Good.
That was a good
I like it.
exfoliation.
Kind of, brush Leonin off. Put their blazer back on. I'm like, I'm kind of a wizard. And then I'm gonna point at
I'm technically the wizard.
oh, what am I?
You're God's chosen.
Do I have a wand?
Oh my god, at some point in the Feywild, you need to pray.
Who, me?
I would love to see Lady Sylvanas interact with Garagak and Tepartus' body.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do some praying.
Can I lean down, put my hand on? I guess lean up and put my hand on. No, fly up. Yeah,
There you
fly
go.
up. Put my hand on.
So you could then
punch
lean
the
down.
shoulder. Yeah, it'd be like you're the one that's gonna change the world and take off the glasses, but there's another pair there, so just and hand the glasses out.
Oh, thank you, Leonin.
Oh my god.
Let's put them on.
I just
All of
picture
a sudden-
those crappy feety, like the real D's, like movie theater glasses.
Yeah.
As soon as you do the CSI Miami theme song, like, yeah.
Oh my god. Coda, anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna go whap the
Whap away, my friend.
last. Yeah. I mean, it's good. Oh, I'm gonna get in there. Right, come on, Dino. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, you like that?
Dang, Dino.
Yeah, Dino's out here.
Damn, Dina.
Dig it on
came to
dang,
play,
Dino.
right?
Back out here with the white vans.
That
All
is
right. Cool. Sounds good. Alex, bring us home.
Montana's just pissed. Nothing's gone his way. He's like, I'm a king. He will respect me for all my power and worth. And he runs over to this last plant, takes the staff of the Magi off his back, jams it into the ground like a fucking mortar, and goes boom, and uses lightning bolt straight through the plant at an angle.
Okay.
I
Angled
appreciated the- I
upwards so it
appreciate
doesn't
the
hit
added
any of
angle.
the yeah, so it doesn't hit any of my friends.
It's just me.
Would you roll that damage for me, Alex?
I'm guessing it rolled real bad.
Yes.
45.
Great. So it gets 45 hit points back. Lightning
What?
absorption. Whenever the shambling mound is subjected to lightning damage, it takes no damage and regains a number of hit points equal to the lightning damage dealt.
Son of a... No, I'm done.
Okay. It's the shambling mound's turn. I'm gonna have it just go like
Not
even if
fun
it takes
being me,
attacks
is
of
it?
opportunity. It rolled a 2 and a 4. I'm just gonna say that you are able to pretty easily mop up this final creature here. Even with its little healing boost here. It's a CR5 monster against a full party of,
And it's
No.
10:30. So
and it's 10:30. But
well, 12:30 for you.
man, what a way to end that. That made me very happy. But yeah, so you managed
Does anyone
to,
have a sewing kit?
they just like
hey,
hiding about
Elia, can I see your book?
Sure.
And then like I'll like reach for the spell book and just kind of like show you what page Mendine is on.
Oh, I was used to doing it by hand. All right.
Fontaine starts patting out Argus's butt. His pants. Just, I got it. I can help. I got you.
Argus
everyone
is so
else-
used to being on fire, he could just reach into his bag and pull out another pair of pants.
Speaking of on fire, looking around, is it still on fire?
Well, we'll deal with
There
that
is
next week.
An inferno blazing outwards. It seems as though it is heading back towards the Sealy Court. The Unsealy Court, kind of making a break in the trees, you do see a pale blue glow off in the distance, piercing through the blazing red and orange inferno.
There you go. We can just use the water of the well to put it out.
Yeah.
From there, we will pick up next time. Thank you all so much for watching us at the Dice That Bind Us. My name is Ian. This was wild. It was fun watching everybody discover their new character, their new things, and I have a lot to learn about DMing multiple creatures and for a large group of insane people. So I'll be better prepared next time, but I had a great time. Thank you all so much. We cannot wait to see you all again. Bye-bye.